Hello, I'm Ruchi, and I have founded Payomatix, which is a payments company. And today the topic and the theme of this TED Talk is actually very close to my heart. And I'm so very lucky to actually speak over here in front of you. The theme of the TED Talk was passion to purpose. And somehow my life has been driven by my passion, and today whatever I am doing is the result of that passion. So let's start. Imagine, see, all of us must have used a compass at some point of our time. So compass is that small needle which is always pointing towards north. Wherever you are, irrespective of your position, your condition, your place, your compass is always pointing towards north. So imagine if there was something in our lives which can actually tell us the direction of our lives. हम कहीं भी हो, कहीं किसी सिचुएशन में हो, कोई भी हालात हो, कोई ऐसी चीज़ जो हमेशा बताए कि जाना कहाँ है. Where is the direction? Where do we move forward? And if we try to find out, that specific thing in life is our passion. Passion is that force which can actually guide us, which can guide our lives toward the right direction, and that right direction gives the purpose, gives the true calling of your life. Now, passion is not something कि कुछ अच्छा लग रहा है तो वो हमारा पैशन हो गया. Okay, I like music, it's my passion. I like gardening, it's my passion. No. Passion is something deep into your heart which actually makes you feel alive. Passion is something that when you are doing that, you actually lose track of your time. Passion is that fire inside your heart which tells you that even in the darkest times of your lives, you have to keep moving. You do not have to stop. Passion is something that drives you, that gives you the purpose of your life. Now, to start with this, I'll tell you a little story of my life. So I was born into a lower middle class family where things were, struggle in life was very evident. But my parents, they were very passionate about the education of their children. So I got a very good education. I studied in one of the best schools of the city. Now the difference, the imparity between the social status of children studying in that school and myself, it caused an anxiety in my mind. There was always a question that why is it that their parents can afford everything and my parents are struggling even to afford the basics of life. And this caused something to put in my head that I want to end this cycle of poverty forever. I had not seen that kind of, richness, that kind of life in my whole family. So I thought that I will be the first one to end this cycle of poverty, and that somehow struck so hard in my mind that I decided to do anything to actually do that. Now, passion, when it comes to your mind, it changes your thoughts. Now, for example, if there's a child who is passionate about stargazing, you will see that when he looks at the sky, he's always thinking, where are these stars coming from? Why are they not shown up in the day? किसी की रोशनी कम क्यों है, किसी की ज़्यादा क्यों है? क्यों नहीं सारे हर रात दिखाई देते हैं? And the same kind of thought process started within myself. So, why is it that they earn so much and my parents not? Why is it that कि उनके पास इतने खिलौने हैं, मेरे पास नहीं है? Why is it कि उनके पास गाड़ियाँ हैं, मेरे पास नहीं है? And these thoughts, वो सोने नहीं देते थे रात को. I was always calculating कि how is it possible that there are people who are not able to get the basics of life, and then there are people जिनके पास इतना है कि वो समझ नहीं पा रहे कि उसका क्या करें. These thoughts, ये जब आपके दिमाग में कोई ऐसी चीज़ आ जाती है जो आपको सोने नहीं देती रात को, and then this passion about that specific thing actually molds your thoughts, and your thought process actually molds your actions. Now, passions have actually mold your identity. Somebody who's passionate about helping others, when he'll see, say, a small child sitting somewhere on the street, begging out, that thing will move him. Why? Because he's passionate about helping others. He has that kind of empathy. He understands the fate of others. Whereas 100 more people will pass from that side और उन पे कोई effect नहीं होता. Similarly, somebody who's passionate about, say, paintings or arts, कोई एक art piece होगा जिसको वो देखता ही रह जाएगा. He'll be moved, after seeing that painting. Whereas बाकी लोगों के लिए that will be a normal piece of art. So, आपका passion आपकी identity को shape करता है और वो identity आपके actions को बनाती है. Now, for me, when I thought that I have to end that poverty and I have to move ahead, so my identity became that whenever I saw somebody with that social and financial disparity, there was always a question mark. That why is it so? What is the reason behind? I started talking to people कि कहाँ पे problem आती है? Why can't we be the same? Why can't everybody be the same? And then these thoughts always drive actions. For me, I was so desperate to do things, and my only tool was my education. So you know what? When I was doing my BSc and MSc, I did my college. I went to a private institution for my PGDCA. I was doing a job in the same institution. I was a counselor in the IGNU, and I was taking private tuitions as well. And I was doing everything that could be possible just so that I can achieve what my parents or their parents couldn't, and I could end that cycle. The same thing happens with everyone. When your thoughts are driven by your passion, your actions say the same. For example, for Wilbur Wright and for Orville Wright, there was a toy helicopter given to them by their father when they were small. That helicopter actually made them question that how is it flying? How can it actually fly? And then they started doing research on bird flights. They studied things. They were made fun of. People said it's not possible for a machine to fly in the air. But they were so passionate about it that they spent 15 years studying bird flights and other flying machines. And then finally, they were able to actually have a motor-based flight done on December 17, 1903. So that was their passion. They didn't see anything else. For them, it was the flight which they had to do. Similarly, if we see people like Mother Teresa, she was so passionate about helping others that she left her country. She made so much of impact on the whole world just because everywhere in her thoughts were that why are people sad and how can she help them? Martin Luther King, he was so moved by the racism and by the disparity, imparity of blacks and whites that he had the movement, the civil rights movements. Martin Luther King, he sacrificed his life just so that the others can live well with equality, with justice. So the passion towards this justice and passion made an impact on the whole world that even today we have movements like Black Lives Matter. We have civil rights movement which gave us equality. All the laws and all the justice laws are made due to these people like these. Now, what is finally, how do we discover that passion and finally how that passion converts into our purpose? So I'll tell you my story for that. The passion was to end poverty. But then what was the reason of that thing? The reason was that people like me who have parents that cannot support them financially to start things are not able to get that kind of success because जो infrastructure होता है वो नहीं मिलता है. जो शुरुआती तौर पे चीज़ें मिलनी चाहिए आगे बढ़ने के लिए वो नहीं मिलती हैं. जिनके पेरेंट्स सक्सेसफुल हैं, जिनके पास पैसा है, जिनके पास इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर है, वो बढ़ जाते हैं आगे. सो आई मेड द पर्पस ऑफ माई लाइफ दैट अगर कोई ऐसा इंसान है जिसके पास क्षमता है, जिसके पास कैलिबर है, जिसके पास पोटेंशियल है, but he's not able to do things. Why? Because the infrastructure is not supporting him, because he has not enough funds to support him. I will be there always to support him. And by God's grace, I have 300 plus employees in my company, and 90% of them are freshers, youngsters who have graduated from college, and we are mentoring them and we are giving them the opportunities to move forward in their lives in whatever field they want. And I'm so very happy that just because I had that experience and just because I was passionate about doing something for my life, that passion actually converted into my purpose, and that purpose is actually helping out hundreds of people today. और वो सारे के सारे बच्चे जो mentor होते हैं, आगे बढ़ते हैं, when they achieve any milestone in their life, I feel grateful that God has given me a purpose, and that purpose was driven by my passion. Thank you.